If you grew up in the 90s, chances are that you are a fan of a franchise that still exists to this day. Maybe Dragon Ball, for some it's Digimon, for a bunch of people that will be Pokemon. But one that isn't as nearly talked about these days is Yu-Gi-Oh! So let's rectify that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Started out as a manga, and what's interesting is that originally it was supposed to focus on all kinds of games. No wonder Yu-Gi is called the king of games and not game as in singular. But due to the popularity of the card game phase of the manga, the author Kazuki Takahashi decided to focus on that going forward, and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game as we know and love was born. The plans to serialize Yu-Gi-Oh! Happened so fast that even the rules of the game weren't completely decided by that point. Hence why the anime have such batshit insane rules that were never replicated in the card game.
The moon! No! Now, Stone Soldier! Destroy the moon!
And the same thing happened to the early games. Without an official rulebook, they were very creative with the rules, and no gameplay like the other. The best example of that is today's subject, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Like mentioned before, this game was released before the official rules, so it plays very differently from modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. For example, know how in order to summon level 5 or 6 monster you have to tribute 1 monster, and to summon level 7 or 8 monster you have to tribute 2? Yeah, that doesn't apply to this game. Got a blue eyes on your opening hand? Summon it directly without any tributes. You're rich, rules don't apply to you.
Screw the rules, I have money!
What about the good old T-set? Can't do that here, since you can only play 1 card per turn. Well, technically you can play more than 1 with this game bonkers fusing system, but we'll get to that later. The game even adds new rules to mix things up, like for example the Guardian Star mechanic, a sort of paper, rock, scissors system that never came back. Whenever you summon a monster, you choose between 2 different Guardian Star symbols, and whenever you attack or are attacked by an enemy monster, the monster with the superior Guardian Star will get 500 attack and defense boost, which is incredibly useful in the late game, where monster could have up to 4500 attack points. Also, you can place a card in attack position face down.
Huh?
But the biggest change in the game is how fusion works, and it can make or break the game depending on who you ask. The biggest mechanic change on Forbidden Memories is how fusion works. Instead of using polymerization to fuse monsters from your hand and fusion to summon a monster from your Astro deck, you just have to press up on the D-pad on the cards in your hand in the desired order and watch as they try to fuse up with one another. And differently from the fusions on the actual card game, save for a few exceptions, here you can reach the fusion result with many different combinations, not just the one specified on the card text. For example, wanna make a twin-headed Thunder Dragon? Just fuse a Thunder Dragon with pretty much any dragon or electric type monster in the game that are under 2800 attack, and bam, there you have it. Don't have a Thunder Dragon? No problem. Just fuse any dragon and electric monster that are under 1600 attack, and there you go. Fresh Thunder Dragon right out of Konami's wonky oven, just for you.
Darkness is the heart's true nature. Let him cook!
Got a grasp on how the fusion system works? Good. Understood how to make a twin-headed Thunder Dragon? Even better, because you're gonna need it. I hear you ask, why am I giving this ugly little bastard its own chapter in the video? Because he deserves it. He will carry you through the game, and unless you want to suffer and grind endlessly to get better cards, he's your best chance of surviving the last few duels of the game.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this sin, not join them! You were my brother, Anakin!
Sadly, unlike Yugi's grandpa deck, ours have a bunch of pathetic cards, so we gotta fix that.
But my grandpa put all his gaming knowledge, his whole heart into assembling this deck. I have to believe that it holds some secret strategy. This card is useless.
Okay, here's what you need to do. Grab 3 memory cards, create your main account on memory card 1 and a secondary account on memory card 2. Start a new game on memory card 1 until you have at least 1 dragon monster and 1 electric monster and preferably a Raigek and an equipped card that can be equipped to a twin-headed. Now you have to duplicate your save to memory card 3, send those cards from memory card 3 to the memory card 2, then send those cards back to memory card 1. Congratulations! You just learned how to duplicate cards, and believe me, you need that knowledge to make your life easier. Now all you have to do is repeat the process until you have enough dragons and electric in your deck, 3 Raigeks and a few equipped cards. Grind Pegasus for S-Tech ranks until you get 1 Megamorph and 1 Bright Castle so you can duplicate. Use the thousands of starships you acquired so far to get a Thunder Dragon, duplicate all these cards, and cheese through the game.
Take a look at this.
Jesus Christ,
That right there is the mail. Now let's talk about the mail. Can we talk about the mail, please, Mac? I'm dying to talk about the.
But what about the story?
It's time to do.
You know, there's some kind of festival going on in the town plaza. But we'd rather play games right here, like we always do.
Don't we all, buddy? The story is your classic revenge plot. You control Prince Atem in ancient Egypt, just enjoying life, pretending to be just a regular duelist.
Hey, did you find yourself any rare card?
You bet, buddy. Until the pharaoh gets betrayed by the high priest Henshin. Intending to rule Egypt, he wants to take control of all the Millennium items. To avoid that, we are instructed by our advisor Moran to shatter the Millennium puzzle, and by doing that we are sealed inside of it. Thanks, Moran. 5,000 years later, Yugi unlocks our seal by rebuilding the puzzle. We then have to go on a Millennium Item Collectathon by beating a bunch of modern day duelists.
Guess I won't be claiming the Game Master title. What in the...
Hello, nice to meet you, Yugi boy. Nice fight, Yugi boy.
How could I lose? 3 exclamation points.
This cannot be me. Defeated, ...
I now have all the cards with the Millennium items.
We then use those items to send Atem back into the past so then we can have our revenge. Moran then dies after giving us one last task, to stop Henshin. Thanks, Moran. Back into the past, we then have to find out where the Millennium items are. Information given by Seto. Wow, what a nice guy. I bet he did this out of the kindness of his heart and will in no shape or form betray us in the future. Anyways, beat 6 high mages, get all the past Millennium items, save Tiana from our friend Seto that clearly just want to show us the way to Henshin. And here's where it gets tricky. We need to beat a gauntlet of 6 duelists to beat the game, one after another, without saving. Lost to one? Too bad, you have to redo the whole gauntlet. And this is what makes this whole playthrough annoying, because realistically the game is very short, maybe a little over 20 duels total, but to be able to beat the game you need a very strong deck, or a very cheesy one, like discussed earlier. And for that you need to grind a lot. Anyways, we beat Henshin and Seto wasn't our friend after all. He just wanted all the Millennium items from himself. But Henshin wasn't defeated after all. He just wanted Seto to open the way so that he could unseal the Big Baddie. But the Big Baddie will not take orders from anyone. And after turning our friend Henshin into Cardboard Barbecue, challenges us to a kid card game to seal the destiny of the whole world. This ending has enough plot twists to make Shyamalan blush.
He always puts some awesome twist at the end of his movies to trick the audience.
We win, he throws a hissy fit and challenges again. So let's kick his butt one last time to save Egypt and by proxy the whole world. that's it. We finally beat Forbidden Memories and can let frustrations of the past to rest. This game is so flawed, but so charming. It relies so much on luck and RNG, making it incredibly frustrating. But at the same time is one of the craziest games for speedrunners, where the difference between a 3-hour run and an 18-hour run is decided by how lucky you are. And even though there's plenty of better Yu-Gi-Oh games for people to choose, this is the one that lives rent-free on people's head. Well, that's it guys. This is my video on Forbidden Memories. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, hit the like button and consider subscribing because I intend on making more videos like this in the future. That's it, bye bye.